Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone can hear me. That's fine. Hello, hello. Yes, it's a good job I've got my phone beside me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a single edition of the Weekly Steel Chair. It's just me tonight, but Ailey will be on Friday. So will Billy. God help us. Nah, I'm only kidding. I look forward to having Billy on the channel on Friday because he's got a lot to discuss with me. But tonight it's not going to be around too long. This is going to be just a preview show for an Indy show, actually, fun enough, that I'm going to be attending on Saturday. Because obviously I'm in London on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to this one. But this will be a good show, and if you've ever heard of this organisation, I do recommend checking it out. All right, my man, how's it going? But obviously, if everyone's watching, please do like, share, and subscribe as well to the Weekly Steel Chair. We really do appreciate that. We're trying to get ourselves even more out there. We're trying to grow more. But tonight's shows, of course, I'm just going to preview RevPro, which is on Saturday. 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock pre-show starts, and then the main show kick off around 6 o'clock. But there is genuinely some quality talent on this, and I mean, women, for example. Mickie James is on this card. You don't have to know RevPro, but you should understand women's wrestling. If you don't know who Mickie James is, you live under a rock. We've got some fantastic Japanese talent like El Fantasmo. We've got Katsuyori Shibata. We've got Will Ospreay, Shingo Takagi. It's limitless, and obviously I will be looking down. That's because obviously I've got the entire match card literally on my phone, literally right in front of me because it's easier. But nonetheless, we're in for a good show. So 10 matches. There's so much to get through. UK talent, British talent is specifically. It's all across Britain, to be fair, and a couple of Irish talent as well. Japanese talent, a couple of title matches. The best technical wrestler in the world is on this card. It's only going to be an hour, give or take. We're only going to be here for an hour, maybe a little bit more. We might switch things up, but obviously, I would like to say as well to RevPro, this is their 11th anniversary show, which is at the Copper Box Arena in London. I will be there. Obviously, a friend of mine is refereeing, so I'm actually lucky to have snagged some good tickets. Some good tickets when you've got connections. But where do I begin? Well, where do I begin? You know what? We're just going to go top down. So I'm going to go for the two best on the card, and that's Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. This is a fantastic match going back to New Japan. It's one of the best Wrestle Kingdom matches as well. And the fact that they've been able to secure this is the IWGP UK champion versus a former IWGP World Champion in his own right. Obviously, that both of them were IWGP champions. But obviously, Shingo Takagi headlined Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago, defending the title against Kazuchika Okada in a losing effort. But this is a pure headline match. There's no titles on the line. It's just pure exhibition. Although, to be fair, I would put his title on the line. We're not going to get much out of it. But these are two fantastic technical wrestlers at the absolute peak. The question is, though, A, how much time are they going to get? Because then again, this isn't like an AEW show. This isn't a Impact show. This isn't a WWE show or New Japan. This is indie level at an extent. It's still extensive. It's still very good wrestling, but it's the time limit. Are they going to get 20 minutes? Are they going to get 30? I hope to God this match gets at least 30. Even on a show like this where there's 10 matches, it's good to have a little bit of time in specific matches. This is one of them. I'm hoping that we get that in a nutshell. But it does come down to what will be afforded by the promotion. But in the hindsight of course, it's not about predictions on this one. This isn't going to be about predictions. The show about predictions is on Friday because it's going to be funny to hear what Ailey and Billy are going to predict for All In if they can actually avoid hell. But we'll find out. But anyway, when you look at though, these are two of the best in the world. One of the best from Japan, of course, one of the best from the UK in the Japanese scene. If you've never seen Will Ospreay before, go and check him out on YouTube. If you've never seen Shingo before, you're missing out. This one, I would expect it because it's on homegrown. You would expect Will Ospreay to get the win. By logic dictates, I'm actually going to go the same. But Will Ospreay is also at All In against Chris Jericho. He may not get 2 back-to-back pay-per-view wins, but if he does, that'll just extend to his year that he's already had. That will just add to the great year he's already having for main event pay-per-view quality matches. It's that extension of Will Ospreay that's enjoyed. It's what fans like about him, is he consistently delivers regardless of the opposition. And that is why fans enjoy his work. So I am expecting Will Ospreay to go over. I don't think Shingo will mind. Shingo's going to get Royal Quest in October anyway, same as Will Ospreay, but Shingo's going to get a reward from this match. So on the hindsight to that, I am going to go Ospreay to win this one. The undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. So you've got champion Michael Oku versus Trent Seven. It's another one. If you're not familiar with those two, this is pure. This is speed versus power and technical ability. Like, this is my type of style. This is my kind of match. Something that I really like: the technical ability versus the speed. Michael Oku is a fantastic technical wrestler, but my God, he is fast. Trent Seven, of course, was also in NXT UK. Good wrestler, obviously. It's a shame and I'll say this as well, it's a shame he's not still in WWE. Amongst the criticisms I have of WWE, I still think Trent Seven should actually be in the promotion. I think they're still missing someone of his talent. I think even when you look at it, there's not many on their roster that is his technical level. When I'm looking at NXT, of course, I'm looking at NXT purely. If I look at the main roster, there's several, but when you look at NXT as a whole, your best technical wrestler is Ilja Dragunov. What else you're going to get? Carmelo Hayes isn't a technical wrestler. People think he's a technical wrestler, but he's not. He's a high flyer. All the main technicals have gone up to the main roster. There's nothing substantial to that division to say, yeah, you're a technical guy. You're not a technical guy, so let's just be the end of it. You're not technical at all. Dragunov is that quality. He's constantly delivering. Rightfully, when Ailey said it herself that he is her wrestler of the year, and I've got no qualms with that. I think he's been absolutely brilliant the whole year. He's been so consistent with his matches. His last man standing against Dijak specifically is fantastic. He had a brilliant title match against Carmelo Hayes as well at the Great American Bash that he should have won. I don't know why they kept the title on Carmelo. I think Carmelo's had that reign. Yes, it's not as long as Braun Breaker, and it's not going to be, but Carmelo didn't need that. Like, he should have only been given the title for a couple of months to see if he can cope and if he's ready for the main roster. This guy needs to go to the main roster ASAP. They need to get the belt of him, and they need to move him up. And the fun thing is, though, is Trent Seven could have been a good example for that. Good wrestler, good on the mic, good technical ability, spot maker as well. It fits to a Michael Oku match that I'm generally, why did you not keep this guy? And it alarms me. But I'm expecting the champion to retain on this one. I am 100% expecting that. The next one is another promotional event of UK versus Japanese talent. So you've got the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. Sorry, my apologies. Long day at work. Long day at work, and pronouncing names is never good when you're exhausted. Mulligan. Tomohiro Ishii versus Luke Jacobs. Strong. This is a strong style, like British strong style versus like Japanese machines. This is up there, like generally really good. I'm generally looking forward to this one, like especially for Ishii and to see him live. But it's not because of this. It's like obviously I'm looking forward to seeing all of these guys live. But I'm looking forward to Ishii because this is a good test for Luke Jacobs. Luke Jacobs is a very young lad, but as a professional wrestler, he's got so much experience under his belt that when you think about it, Ishii's experience could actually raise his level. It could get him noticed more. And I think that's something that RevPro gives the license to do. It gives him the license to get noticed, the license to be seen. Because at the end of the day, that's what you should be allowed to do. You should be allowed to be noticed by other promotions who have got bigger money, can offer you bigger paychecks, but can also offer you the bigger crowds, the bigger opportunities at the bigger matches. Like Luke Jacobs versus Will Ospreay at a Tokyo Dome, for example, down the line is a possibility just from this card. He could have an outstanding match. Then again, though, he could have a really poor match, and they might choose to ignore. But when you look at it, he's another one that you think, don't overlook. Do not overlook this guy. Do not overlook. And on this one, I think Ishii will get the win. So far I have Ospreay, Oku, and I have Ishii to get the wins here. The fourth match is the undisputed British Tag Team Championship. Now I know one of these tag teams from Impact, and that's Subculture. They are exciting. But that's where the fun stops. They are exciting because generally they are a good tag team. But unless you really pay attention to Impact, which I know a lot of people don't, I mean, I do religiously because I'm an Impact fan. If you don't pay attention to the product, you're not really going to see what they offer, especially because they are a mixture tag team. That's what I like to define them as. They're a mixture. You can see how well they'll work tag team moves, like low-key tag team moves, stuff that goes under the radar, like a double hip toss or a double arm drag, but they do really good like double splashes. They're reminiscent of classic tag teams that you can't put your finger on which one they are. That's what's so special about them. And that's something in particular that I like. Obviously, like my friend of mine is actually going to be refereeing this match. So I'm like, you look at it on that level, just that privilege as well. The Velocities are a fantastic tag team. The Velocities literally live up to the word velocity. They are speed. They are power. What they're not, however, is funnily enough, they're not decisive. They have had several title matches before, and they haven't been as successful. I do, however, think though that because Subculture are the Impact Tag Team Champions, ideally, my preference is their focus should be on Impact. I know they are the undisputed British Tag Team Champions, and that's fine. But ideally, I'd want them to focus primarily on that, not the other. I know a lot of wrestlers these days will hold multiple titles in multiple promotions, but then their attention gets skewed and they don't focus on what matters most. So for me personally, I would rather the titles actually be dropped here. So I'm actually going to go for Velocities to pick up the win. I'm going to go for that. Now we're in for a very interesting one. So this is match number 5. And this can go so many ways. Undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship. So you got champion Connor Mills defends against Robbie X, Wild Boar Callum Newman, Shaz Samuels, and Jordan Breaks. This is a 6-man match. Connor Mills has been absolutely fantastic as champion. He's faced off against each one of these guys, funnily enough, and he's overcome them all. My only thing though is because it's the anniversary show, are they going to put him over on this one? Because when you think about it feasibly, in a 6-man match, you want him to be under so much pressure that will he actually rise to a new level? And he hasn't done. And he has done that before, but he's not done in this level of capacity. Especially because it's a 6-man. Do I think he is going to retain? No. Do I want him to retain? Yes, because I want him to drop the title in a single. I want him to drop the title to Robbie X in a singles match. He's not. From a few people I know of him, like that watch RevPro, they would probably argue with me saying, "No, but what about Shah?" But I'm like, yeah, Shah's a good wrestler, but I think you get more from Robbie X. I like Robbie X's look. I think Robbie X is more dynamic. I actually think he's more frightening as well. More of a throwback. Gives me a little bit of like William Regal. Like he's a little bit of William Regal inside, but he's also like I'm just trying to think of like who you could actually best put him as, because it'd be an injustice to just compare him to one, because he has a variety to him. I would have to say though that when you look at him, immediately it's back away. It's just back away because it looks freaky, and that's generally the reason why I like him. So that's why I'm thinking like I think Connor Mills will retain, but then he will drop it further down the line. I think he will drop it down the further line. I'm hoping it is to Robbie X, because I think Robbie X is good enough for the division to be the main man for it. Your next match is another non-title exhibition. So it's JJ Gale versus Koze Fujita. Not gonna lie, I haven't watched Fujita in quite some time. So I can't lie. I'm not sure what sort of shape he's in at the moment. But the last time I watched him, the guy was absolutely brilliant. And my jaw was dropped the whole time. Like, my jaw was dropped the whole time. This guy was insanely good. And he still is. So I'm not taking that away from him. But I'm just thinking about how this one can go. And I think advantage-wise, it will go to JJ Cale. JJ Cale's mixed style. If you get a chance to watch this show, he has a variety of style that is, it's a little bit of everything: striking, technical wrestling, high flying, groundwork. I actually think he's actually better off using high spots, but once he gets you on the ground, you've had it. His ground attack is fantastic, and especially when he has a grip, like a waist lock, very strong, very effective, and that is something that makes me think, can Vegeta manage this? And I don't think so. So I'm going for JJ to get the result on that one. There are a few matches I will spend more time on. There's a few that I will come back to, but this next one in particular is 50-50, and that's Dan Maloney versus Leon Slater. I love both of these guys. Both of them are absolutely fucking brilliant. They have never once failed to disappoint me in a match. Leon in particular reminds me of funnily enough, there is a direct comparison to someone who I just watched at the weekend that I've watched for some time. Leon Slater reminds me of Leo Rush, the current version of Leo Rush, the bad child. Brilliant in the ring, supremely talented, but has never been given an extra platform to go to a higher standpoint. Whereas Dan Maloney is built like a brick. He's powerful. He's strong. He is a powerhouse. You can... Outside interference is not welcome. Dan Maloney is ripped like Rick Martel was in the 80s. If you remember Rick Martel, he is generally built like that. He is ripped to fuck. But he has that look. But he works like him. He's solid, good technical ground. And again, the reason I say this is 50-50 is because they can both go distance. This could easily go 20, 25 minutes if they want to. It's one of the few matches I think that can go the distance. I hope this does go the distance. What's up, James? How you doing, buddy? I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing? You're just talking RevPro because it's RevPro on Saturday, and then I'm doing the all-in preview on Friday, and I'm going to do a bit of Impact review as well, actually. Yes, I absolutely love Rick Martel. I was glad he turned on Santana. But Leo Rush, I think he's absolutely fantastic. The right man for the X Division title, but he doesn't need to win the junior. I think Tanahashi should remain with that, or if it goes to Mike Bailey. But Leo Rush doesn't need the gold. I certainly think there's something for it that's special for him. He's up there. But if you are watching, of course, everyone that is watching, please do like, share, and subscribe. Let's try and get the viewers up. Let's try and get some more attention to the channel. Let's see what we can get out of here. Oh no. I think I've just seen some very horrible news. I have to break this out. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to make news that sadly Terry Funk has passed away at the age of 79. Terry, I may not look it, but I may look younger than I am, but I'm not. I've been a wrestling fan since 1999, and I loved watching Terry Funk's matches in ECW and in WCW, sometimes in WWE when he was there, like Chainsaw Charlie, but I loved watching his matches from the 70s and the 80s. I thought Terry Funk was absolutely amazing, and he was up there. He was up there for some of the absolute best that I've ever watched, and I'm absolutely gutted. And this hurts because I absolutely love Terry Funk. Terry Funk, you absolute legend. May you rest in peace. I'm just putting out a condolence tweet right now. Also in the background, my apologies. I'll keep talking, but I'm just putting a condolence tweet out to Terry. Yeah, he's just passed away. I put it in our group chat. Move. Get down, you psychopath. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you know what's funny? And this isn't a joke. This is not a joke, by the way. Terry Funk was actually when I spoke about being a wrestling fan since 1999, Terry Funk was actually the third match I ever watched. He was in the third match that I ever watched as a child. I used to watch wrestling every weekend when Raw was Raw. Raw used to be on. Raw used to be on here. If anyone can remember this, right, and then shout out to anyone that can remember this. Raw used to be on TV in the UK every on a Sunday morning. So you had Monday Night Raw, but you also had on a Sunday at times, just before Sunday Night Heat. So I used to watch it with my granddad and my gran and my mum. We used to watch it all the time, and sadly, if you're a Hulk Hogan fan, sadly none of my family likes Hulk Hogan, so you will not be praised. Just saying. I got into wrestling through them. My great granddad, obviously my granddad. He was a Macho Man Randy Savage fan, so it stemmed from why I prefer Savage. My gran was an Ultimate Warrior fan. That's bringing up memories of WrestleMania 6 and all that. Down. But there was one match I remember about Terry Funk, and it was Terry Funk versus I think it was Shane Douglas. But it wasn't on WWE TV. It was just a random match that on TV that came on, and it was Terry Funk versus Shane Douglas, and honest to God, I was like, wow. And the man was absolutely amazing. I mean, and here's a fact, by the way, I don't think anyone can argue this. When you think about pile drivers, find me someone that can hit a pile driver better than Terry Funk. And whilst I close my door, I'll let you figure that one in the live chat, because I fucking can't. He is wrestling. Connor, come over to YouTube for fuck's sake. Come and join everybody. Come and join everyone on YouTube, you big, amazing, brilliant bastard. Come over. I'm a fan since the 80s. I know, and to be fair, me and James met through TNA Tuesdays. Like, we watched the TNA Tuesdays on their YouTube channel, so that's how I met James. Good guy. Funk, Lawler, Foley, all great pile drivers. I would say they're the top three. I'm not going to include The Undertaker because his was totally different. I think that would be an insult. You could say Jerry Lynn, Cradle Pile Driver, was fantastic. They're up there. You know what? We're allowed to divert conversation. This is one of them. But this is a great it's horrible, but this is a good conversation to have right now. I'm going to throw it to on the live chat, right? What was your favorite Terry Funk match? Doesn't have to be a match you won. It could be a match you lost. But what is your favorite Terry Funk match? My favorite one, I'm going to say right now, is Funk versus Ric Flair. I Quit for the world title. Ric Flair won that match. Ric Flair won. This was in 1989. NWA world title. Ric Flair had just regained the title from Ricky Steamboat after Wrestle War, and he went on to hold the title for 400 and I think it was 75 days. He held the title. He lost it to Sting at the Great American Bash. But the I Quit match versus Ric Flair, Terry Funk fucking ruined Ric Flair. He ruined his face. Brilliant match, brilliant. And after that, Funk went back into announcing. He went back into announcing because Flair fucking finished him. But it was fantastic. Obviously, he came back out and wrestled for more years, became the face of ECW and all that. James, great comment. Check out some funk stuff from 90 to 93. Yeah, he did some amazing stuff with Eric Gilbert, Road Warrior Hawk. I was going to say, didn't they not have a no holds barred match? Something. They had something, but it was quality. That's the era of his I love. It was a great era. He was great with his brother as well, Dory. Fuck it, I guess I'll join here. It's about fucking time. Yes, both the Flair Funk matches were amazing. The Funk Brothers versus Abdullah the Butcher and the Sheik in Japan. Yeah, Iron Sheik went for the Fireball, I believe, which is what he done frequently, but this was one of them where he went full on Fireball. Just missed him, I think. Triple threat with Sabu and Shane Douglas. Love it. I love that, man. That is amazing. That's a great shout. Great shout. If anybody wants to come on the stream tonight, by the way, you're all more than welcome. No, I won't turn anyone down. If anyone would like to come on and talk the rest of this RevPro with me, or want to talk about anything else about wrestling, come on and come say hello. You're more than welcome. I'm not going to say this. I very rarely get like hit here when it comes to a pro wrestler, but I literally do feel it right now. Terry Funk is one of them. Yeah, 60-minute draw for a triple threat match as well is rare. Like, it's rare. That is what wrestling does to you. And oh, the man was iconic. Like, 79 years old. It's a good age. It's a good age. He's so under-talked about and underappreciated. All I'm going to say is, right, for everybody that under-talks and underappreciates Terry Funk, all you got to do is ask Mick Foley. Mick Foley, who is the greatest professional wrestler, in your opinion, of all time? He won't say Ric Flair. He won't say Harley Race. He will not say Triple H. He will not say Dory. He will not say The Undertaker. He will 100% say, and I agree, Eddie Kingston is the same. You ask them who the greatest professional wrestler is of all time, they're going to say Terry Funk. They're going to say that. And I'm going to say this as well because this is something that WCW fucked up on. WCW were late to the hardcore division. Like, WWE was late to it, but they at least took on a different level. ECW is hardcore. The NWA was hardcore before ECW was hardcore. WCW was fucking the hardest of hardcore. When they brought the hardcore division to WCW in 2000, it was all over the place, right? They didn't know who was going to be the face of the division. They didn't know how long it was going to last because obviously every title at that time was up shit creek. And talent was going left, right, and centre to the WWE, or they were going to Japan. Pretty much. I'd say ask the Radicals, but they're all fucked anyway. Terry Funk won the title several occasions, right? Every single time, the man bled like he was shitting out stuff. He was all like, you think of John, like, and I'm going to say this, right? This is not a direct comparison, so don't get your knickers in a twist. When you think about what John Moxley bleeds, Terry Funk was doing the exact same, but buckets and buckets and buckets load in 2000. That man, you could barely see his face. And this was just after his WWE run when he was Chainsaw Charlie with Cactus Jack as his tag team partner. His face, his white shirt, the lot was covered in blood. Did he care? No. Did he love it? Absolutely. He loved every single minute of it. That to me is professional. That to me is pro wrestling. And Terry Funk. Terry Funk. Rest in peace. A little bit of silence for Terry Funk is what I was just given there. All I can think about is the Briscoes promo when they're like, Terry Funk ain't wearing no mouthpiece. The man influenced the style of violence I grew up loving. He is violence. You think of like Tommy Dreamer's innovated violence. It's Terry. This heart is up there with Brody Lee. That don't. I can see my Funk and Dusty figures next to each other on my shelf. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something I've never done before. Now, obviously, I do have a card to get to finish previewing. We have 3 matches to go, but I'll be coming back to some of them. But you know what? I'm going to do something for Terry. Don't worry. It's Wham Juice. I won't be drinking alcohol on this show unless it's a fucking WrestleMania, because I'll need alcohol to get for a WrestleMania. Everybody in the live chat, I would like you to do a cheers emoji. A cheers emoji with a heart and the 2 hands that are like that. In the live chat, in a row. So this, that, I want the 3 emojis in the chat, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a toast and a tribute to Terry Funk. So to Terry, rest in peace. You'll be forever missed. You are one of the absolute greatest of all time. So in that, we all, from the Weekly Steel Chair, we toast you and we hope you are forever at peace. I think it's only fair that I'm going to bring on screen something I'd like to put up. So here we go. No, that's not big enough. On screen beside me. Here we go. 1 second. Share screen. For everyone, let's do it again. Emojis and toast to Terry. Any other podcast will probably get more on that. I'm going to do a Terry Funk tribute show tomorrow. I'm doing a football preview show tomorrow, but you know what? See, after that, I'm going to do a Terry Funk preview because not Terry Funk preview, sorry, Terry Funk tribute show, and that is purely because it's right. Actually, I'll do it beforehand. I'll do it like 5:00, 5:30. We're going to do something for this man. I am not letting a man of this. I done it for another legend of mine that I enjoyed in Razor Ramon. I'm doing it for him too. No man is left forgotten in pro wrestling, and Terry Funk is up there. Look at all this. Look at these. Look at that. Right in there. All you guys. Amazing. Oh. Crazy. This is what wrestling does to you. Anything can happen, and this is one. This is one. He will be missed. He will be missed. But we'll come back to that later on. But anyway, what I'm going to do as well is, so I'm going to carry on just previewing these matches. We've got 3 to go. There is one main women's card match to preview. The preview show has a 10-women battle royal. I do not know who's in it, so I can't preview it. I don't know who's in it. It would be crazy. I can try and find out who's going to be in it, but virtually I have. I only, like, my friend literally told me this afternoon that it's been announced, but there's nothing for it. I think they will. I actually think as well they'll do this. They should do this for Dynamite. They should do this for Dynamite because obviously Terry Funk was big on most of the wrestlers already in AEW anyway. If I don't see, I'll be very surprised if Sting doesn't mention it. I'll be very surprised if Sting's quiet, or even Chris Jericho, even Don Callis himself. Cyrus the Virus better say something. A women's battle royal is a rare thing. It is, but it is live on Saturday. And so is a certain great women's champion. But anyway, the next match is, I would say, maybe the second of 3 strong contenders to be match of the night. Ricky Knight Jr. versus Zack Sabre Jr. This is generation to generation clash. This is the best technical wrestler in the world versus an absolute beast. Ricky Knight Jr. is an absolute beast. He is literally one of the best I've ever seen on an indie level. And Zack Sabre Jr. is fucking insane. That's a good one, Connor. I think Junior will win. The obvious question is which one. But that's the thing. It's going to be a Junior. So fair play, mate. Fair play. This is literally that exciting that this has got to be given so much time. This is a peak match. Ricky Knight, I've seen 4 times. And I actually do not know where he ends up. No joke, I do not know where he ends up. But honest to God, I would love to see him go to New Japan just to do this match all over again. because Zack Sabre Jr. right now is the best 20-minute man in wrestling when it comes to working 15 to 20-minute matches. His time limit matches are the best thing going. He had a fantastic match at Multiverse United 2 with Shane Haste against Moose and Eddie Edwards, losing effort, but again, Zack, his selling was fantastic. His facial expressions actually made the match better than what it should have been. That's what I liked about it. I love his joint manipulation offense. I love his technical ability. I love his use of submissions. And honest to God, I actually do not care who wins this. Even if this was a draw, I would be like, you know what, I'm okay. Because either man will literally deserve to win this because they are both that good. They're both similar in a way, but Zack Sabre Jr. is just on a. They're both similar in terms of working ability and style, but Zack is just on a whole new level. Like he's on a whole new level, like at the moment, and it's hard to stop him. So I am really excited for this one. The next match, James is going to love this. This is the women's triple threat. In fact, why am I just saying James? James is cool, but everybody's going to love this one. Champion. This is for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Champion Alex Windsor defends the title against Hyan. Literally, wow, no joke. And special entry to the match to make it a triple threat. Women's legendary champion Mickie James is on this card, and she is in this match. She's gone from Impact. Well, let me just phrase it. She's gone from Indies to WWE, to TNA Impact at the time, into Impact Wrestling when it transitioned, back to WWE, back to Impact Wrestling. She's done the NWA stuff as well at the same time. And now she is coming to the UK to compete for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Alex Windsor and Hyan, you two ladies are in for the best match of your entire career. Mickie James is still that fucking good. She is going to get them over. They are going to get the attention. They're going to get the ability to work longer. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alex Shelley's actually just retweeted my tweet. Yeah. Add that to the list. I'm a big Alex Shelley fan, so I'm just saying I'm taking that with like fucking thank you very much. That is absolutely peak. Nah, back off. I'll be borrowing. I wish. Alex Shelley is like. I actually wonder, could I get Alex Shelley on this channel sometime? I actually wonder, could I get? Not gonna lie, if I got Alex Shelley on this, I actually think I would die a happy man. Because it does list that he's actually like how to contact for bookings. I actually could. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try one time. I'm gonna try my luck. I'm gonna see if I can get him on, and I'm just gonna say, anytime, are you free? Could you do a show with us? And I'll just ask him about his. I'll just ask him about his career. If I get it for an hour, I get it for an hour, and I'm gonna be still fucking happy. But in the meantime, I digress. So, anyway, women's triple threat: Windsor, James, Hyan. Windsor is straight up striker. Hyan is technical. Mickey James is all round. For me, I like that. That's a balance. That's a balance all round. You're going to get a good match out of this. I also think as well, because Mickey she's not assigned to RevPro. She is added to the card. I don't necessarily think Mickey should take the pin or be the one that taps out for whoever wins this match. But I would still expect Mickey to at least use her experience to at least put champion over without having to take the pin. And I would also expect Mickey to do the same for Hyan as well. She will get them over. And I also hope they are second to last. But then again, though, like when you look at the main event, is it going to be Ospreay versus Shingo? Is it going to be Oku versus Trent Seven for the world title? I'm not sure, because the next match on the card is the final match of the complete card. And this is actually so unpredictable that it's 4 names of wrestling that are on the own level are just amazing. It's a tag team match. First of all, I'm going to say I think Alex Windsor will retain the title. I think she will pin Hyan. But if Mickey James was to win this one, I am not complaining. Not complaining at all. The final match on the card, and then we'll do some more conversation. We'll do some more like questions in the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about, we'll do some of that. But the last match booked is El Fantasmo teaming with the Ring of Honor Pure Champion Katsuyori Shibata versus Gabe Kidd and the never open weight champion, the leader of the Bullet Club himself, David Finlay III, the son of Fit Finlay, the leader of Bullet Club, the man who made Rebel Club famous, the man who's got one of the coolest finishers I've ever seen in Oblivion. And Gadel will be accompanying them. I'm getting, honest to God, like half of these wrestlers I'm watching are literally on my favorites list. But this one I'm really excited for. Like I've never seen David Finlay like live. I've seen him live, obviously watching like New Japan and Impact, but I've never seen him live face to face. I can't wait for this one. Same with Shibata. Like Shibata's been a long time, but I'm so excited for this one. Exactly, that is a tag match. Oh, I feel like, you know what? If anyone wants to come on and talk this one with me, you're more than welcome. I'd love to get everyone's thoughts on this card. But in the chat, here comes the link. If anyone would like to come join me, you're more than welcome. This has got the makings of something amazing. When I look at this match, is literally there's no favorites because Shibata is fucking amazing. I mean, you don't get the nickname the wrestler for nothing. Shibata is that. Like, the guy nearly died in the ring in one of my favorite world title matches from Japan. Okada versus Shibata at Sakura Genesis is still one of my favorite world title matches. And I know it was horrible what happened to Shibata. That cut was ridiculous. And what it led to, nobody expected. Nobody saw that coming. And yet it was one of the absolute best performances of Shibata's career. Could he have won it? Yeah. He would have had to have forced to relinquish that title straight away, obviously, but it was amazing. And I recommend anybody, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch Katsuyori Shibata versus Kazuchika Okada, Sakura Genesis for the IWGP World Title. It was wonderful. As a tag team match, though, Shibata going against Gabe Kidd, El Phantasmo linking back up with Finlay, who kicked him out of Bullet Club. There's so much history here. There's so much history. There's no... Like, when you do think about it, though, like, you could have a shock appearance from Kenta just to get back at Shibata again, because he absolutely loved it. I actually really am excited for this one because I can't call this one. But when you think about who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be a heel win. I think Bullet Club will take it. So I'm going to go with David Finlay and Gabe Kidd. But I think Shibata's going to have such a strong showing. If he gets a penalty kick and he kicks him in the head, and so he's going to knock him out. I've always been a big Phantasmo fan. This should be great. I think Phantasmo was fantastic at the G1. He was unlucky not to get through. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. You know what I'm going to do? See, for my Terry Funk tribute show, I'm going to actually do the live watch along of my favourite match. Funk versus Flair, I Quit. I was just thinking of Terry Funk moments. I was just thinking of some good ones. Just think about it in my head. But this tag match, I have got no idea how it's going to end up. But I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I think you're going to see plenty of these, especially Cornette. I think Cornette's going to have something very interesting to say. I'll be surprised if he doesn't have anything interesting to say. Because in my opinion, Terry Funk, he made Cornette. Although if Jim Cornette ever watched this show, he'd probably come for me saying, "You're wrong." He'd probably try to hit me with his tennis racket. I think Meltzer will have a lot to say. Obviously, Meltzer was coming into his own at the time. So Meltzer was coming into his own at the time for this, and I genuinely think he actually helped. Like, the attention from him certainly got him on the map, you know. And I think that's what you're getting from. I think that's something that you'll get especially from from Meltzer is he will do a very good tribute to Terry. I think WWE will do a good tribute to him. I think Paul Heyman might do something, especially because obviously he brought him into ECW. I think you might see it at the next NWA show. They might reference Terry Funk. I hope they would. I really hope they do. Because there's no one like Terry. He was ahead of his time, and not many people will truly get that. Just how far ahead at the time he was. He changed the game for many people. He changed it for many people. So there's your match card. Say it one. We'll go for it again. So left to right, top down. So the first match is Ospreay versus Shingo. I think that's going to be match of the night. I'm still going Ospreay to win. Undisputed British Heavyweight Championship match. Michael Oku defends the title against Trent Seven. I'm going for a title to be retained. Luke Jacobs versus Tomohiro Ishii. I'm going for Ishii to win. Strong showing from Luke Jacobs, however, but I think Ishii will win. Subculture defend the Undisputed British Tag Team Championships versus Velocities. I think Velocities deserve to take the titles on this occasion. I'm putting Velocity as my pick. The six-man match for the Undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship match. Defending champion Connor Mills defends against Robbie X, Wild Boar, Jordan Breaks, Sha Samuels, and Callum Newman. I would like Robbie X to win, but I think Connor Mills will retain. But I hope after that we get Connor Mills versus Robbie X in a singles for the title, and Robbie takes it then. The next match is JJ Gill versus Koze Fujita. I'm going for JJ. Dan Maloney versus Leon Slater can go either way. I think Slater will pick up the win just. And I mean just. Match 6, Ricky Knight Jr. versus Zack Sabre Jr. in a technical masterclass match. Pretty much, I'm calling it the technical masterclass match. Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan first New Japan TV champion and still the TV champion. I expect him to win that one. I'm going with him. The women's triple threat match, the only women's match on the main card, but the second women's match of the night because you've got the 10 women battle royal on the pre-show. Alex Windsor defends against Mickie James and Hyan. Alex Windsor to retain, and El Phantasmo and Katsuyori Shibata versus Gabe Kidd and David Finlay with Gedo at ringside in the tag team match. I'm going for Bullet Club's duo to get the win. Thoughts on the card, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me what you think. Let me know. I certainly think are going to be absolutely peak. Heyman once said there'd be no ECW for Terry Funk. I agree. New Japan, NWA, certainly Japan, of course, and he was a big part of days of MLW. Yes, he was. And most Ospreay matches are match of the night. Yeah, absolutely. Just look at the semi-finals of the G1. That's a big standpoint. You also just remembered about as well. Terry Funk did the best drop toe hold. He actually did the best drop toe hold. I wonder if anyone remembers some classic drop toe holds. We've gone nearly an hour and 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do, that card sounds great with at least 2 or 3 standouts. Which ones are your standouts? What is your personal standouts? I'm going to take some questions as well. I'm going to take some show ideas. If anyone would like to see anything on the show coming up on the channel, I do have a couple of guests coming on Friday. Obviously, Ailey will be with me to preview AEW All In. But we're going to get hopefully going to get Billy. And hopefully, if anyone else would like to come on, let me know. you're more than welcome to join us. We'll be live at 7:30 on Friday. We'll probably go about two and a bit hours, preview the full thing. We're going to try and get out there. So obviously, if you can, share this with any wrestling fan you know that's on you that watches YouTube. Share it with them. Get them in here. Let's get out there. Let's get the Weekly Steel Chair out there. Let's grow this channel, because this podcast I've done for well over 2 years now, and it's on my channel permanently. But I used to do it on the Devil's Advocate podcast, which is formerly the Weekly Steel Chair. Sorry, the Weekly Steel Chair's home, which was formerly the Weekly Armchair. It's now on here full time, and it's my baby. Right, this is everything I could ever want to do. I love doing this, and I'm really happy to be doing it. So James is saying his standouts are Mickey, of course, yeah. The main event, Ospreay, and the Battle of the Juniors. I think the Battle of the Juniors is going to be. I hope that gets 30 minutes. Just like I hope Ospreay versus Shingo gets the same. There's so many specials coming up, and I mean, I've got this on Saturday. I've got All In on Sunday. Impact in Glasgow in October. And I might go to Royal Quest. I don't know. I might go to Royal Quest. If not, I'll watch on New Japan World, and I'll stream it on the channel. We'll do like a live watch along. But honestly, there's so much wrestling coming up. This channel is going to be so freaking active that you'll never, like, you wouldn't understand. Like, you would be like, wow. I'm going to be more active. So much coverage of everything that is important in wrestling. Daily news updates. So keep an eye on the community tab. Please look out for the community tab. Like, even if you have to come on the channel and look, I'm updating as much as I can. I'm trying to give you as much updates as possible, and that's relevant. Oh, I forgot to say, this is something important. Ray Phoenix is off the All In card. Ray Phoenix is off the card, which is a shock. James, my man, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I will do the show live. I would say about 5:30 tomorrow, half 5 up until just before 7. And then after 7, we might do a gaming stream. We'll figure out, because we've got some gaming stuff to bring as well. But I will be doing video stuff for All In and RevPro. They will all be on the channel, like videos, clips of the matches, all that. I'm hoping I might get to meet some of these guys. That'd be amazing. But in the meantime, from me, thank you so much to everyone that's watched tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, especially for previewing a show when it's just yourself. It's not always easy, but I enjoy it. I love wrestling. I love pro wrestling. That's why I love talking about it. It doesn't matter where I am, whether it be on a podcast or just talking to friends. I just bloody love wrestling. So, and anyone that watches with me or talks with me, I appreciate so much. So, from me, thank you all, and I will see you all tomorrow for a special Terry Funk tribute show. Bye for now.